What's happening, players? TGIF, am I right?
Casual Fridays can be awkward. Shopping with Total Hockey is not. Visit us in store, find us online, or download the app. It's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
Happy hour after work, anyone?
I was like, Paul, spare me the lecture. I mean, you know that Pam from processing is still mad at him?
Peter from publishing can be annoying. Shopping with Total Hockey is not. Visit us in store, find us online, or download the app. It's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
You should have seen the look on his face. It was hilarious.
Hey guys, what's so funny?
Oh, hey, Paul. Nothing?
Smooth. Fitting into a pair of skinny jeans can be difficult. Shopping with Total Hockey is not. Visit us in stores, find us online, or download the app. It's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
The guy looks so good.
No, you don't.
Totally on fleek.
I don't know what that means.
Good afternoon from the Seven Bridges Ice Arena just outside Chicago, Illinois. We have a special guest appearance here by the Hanson brothers from the movie Slapshot. Still holding strong, still sporting the Chiefs blue and yellow.
Yeah, they look surprisingly young for as old as that movie is.
They have held up well. I am Chris Liljestrand here with your play-by-play.
And I am Jeff Gregg, and I'm doing the color commentary for this game this evening.
And here you see in the red and white the Sioux Junior Greyhounds coming over to meet the famous fighting trio. Today they will be playing the hometown team, Chicago Mission, and they will be in the black and neon green. Just waiting for the referees to set up the goals right now as both teams make last-second preparations.
Yeah, and we'll see if this Chicago team is going to have as much luck as the previous two, because we've seen Chicago in all three games so far. This is the third game. In the first two games, Chicago has won both of them. So,
yes, they have yet to give up a goal between the three teams so far.
And we will see if the Greyhounds can see if they can turn the tide here. Hanson brothers give a salute to the fans.
And there's the Hanson brothers ceremonial puck drop to start off the third game of the afternoon here. And the Hansons not playing favorites, going over greeting the Chicago team as well as their countrymen from Ontario. Starting goaltenders heading to the net right now. Over on Chicago's side, we have number 31, Jaden 2. And for the Greyhounds, number 35, Gavin Desano. Ontario fired up, banging the boards. They are ready to go. Number 17, Nathan Rowe. And he wins the face-off for the Greyhounds. Here's number 11, moving it up the near side boards. That's Max Simone. Max Simon. Now there's number 88, Aiden Kennedy. Laying it off for his teammate, number 27, Tyler Pfister. Chicago now moving it along the near side boards, now through the neutral zone. Dumps it off. There's the move, pass along the center, and the Greyhound defense. It's taken and held by Desano.
Greyhounds got to be careful there. They just put that puck on their own goaltender. Good thing he was paying attention. He was sharp, made the save.
That was number 76, Andrew Spence of the Chicago Mission, now on the bench as his team made a line change. And now here's Chicago collecting the puck once again. Number 22, Burnside, takes it behind his own net. Now leaves it for his teammate up along the near side boards. Chicago plays it in deep, bounces off. Stopped by Desano, leaves it for his teammate, number 16, Matner. Jack Major. That's Esposito, and he lays it in deep. Chicago's goaltender has to play it behind his own net for the defense and played out through the neutral zone. All the way down the ice. Called for an icing. We're going to see a face-off here on the near side next to the Chicago Mission net. Face-off taken here and sent along the near side boards. There's a shot from the Greyhounds. Now taken out by Chicago, back through the neutral zone. This is number 8, Jack Sillick. Leaving it for Noah Griswold. Gets pinned up along the boards. There's some movement through the middle, taken by the Greyhounds, back to the near side boards. Kept in by number 27, Pfister. Now here the Greyhounds tried to move it out, kept in by Chicago. Now the Greyhounds dumping it into the far corner, down behind the net. Taken here by Sillick. Now kept in by the Greyhounds in the offensive zone. There's a play behind the net by Colby Sagunik. Now puck taken along the near side boards here. Chicago trying to move it out of its zone, and they do, but the Greyhounds take it in the neutral zone once again. Played along their own blue line. Here the Greyhounds moving it up along the far side boards. Chicago takes control in the neutral zone, sends it back in across the blue line. Taken once more by the Greyhounds. That's number 2, Irwin, dumping it off for his teammate as he heads to the bench. Now they send it in on net. No stoppage of play here. Chicago laying it in deep. Right on net. Goalie has to get down. Quick save there by DeSano.
That's a couple of weird bounces there on DeSano, but he's been sharp. A couple of pucks bounce off the boards, funny. Had his team bank one towards him earlier. He hasn't faced any really big shots so far, but the ones that he has faced, he's been pretty sharp.
Face-off won by number 10, Matthew Greuters of the Greyhounds, and he sends it up along the near side boards. Taken by Chicago once more, and then stolen back by number 8, Steven Pisnitsky. And we have a stoppage of play, penalty coming here. And a hooking called.
Let's go, boys!
All right, let's see how the power play goes this time.
2 minutes being assessed here against number 8, Pisnitsky of the Greyhounds. Puck set in deep, stopped by Chicago here. And now we get our first look at the Chicago power play as they move the puck into the offensive zone. Here's Burnside taking it behind the net. Leaving it for his defenseman. Back to Burnside now on the far boards. Number 44, Casper, calling for it behind the net. Taken by the Greyhounds. Swung out to the far board. Stopped by Burnside. Kept in. Back to Burnside. Back to the point man. Now across to number 2, Keene. Chicago moving it in. Keys here. Shot goes just wide of the net. Puck kept in. Burnside flips it back. It was number 18, Dahl, keeping it in. And now here's Dahl again. Tried to keep it in. Couldn't make it happen. So Canady keeps it in the neutral zone. Now moving it back across the blue line. There's Keys. Moving it along the near side boards. Gets away from the defenseman. And that was a backhander lifted high and wide. And here's a shorthanded attempt here. Fancy footwork by the Greyhounds. And he whiffs on the shot. Chicago defense collecting the puck now behind their own net. Trying to play it through the neutral zone. Broken up by the Greyhounds. Now here's the mission. Moving in on net, all alone, and a shot score. Number 8, Jack Sillick, taking full advantage of the breakaway opportunity.
Yeah, he really took advantage of that as he was coming in. The defender looks like he kind of lost an edge and fell over. And he was able to get that puck and make a nice move on the goalie. And Chicago's up 1-0.
Greyhound defense punished there for the hooking penalty. Power play goal for number 8, Jack Sillick. Here's Chicago not letting up, back on the offensive zone. It's number 81, Noah Griswold. There's number 12, Jake Kovacs, managing to move it along the far boards, now knocked down in front of the penalty boxes. Now sent back. Here's number 7, Johnny Ivich. Collects, sends it out to his teammate. That's 11, Max Simon. Now laying it into the offensive zone. Along the boards, tangled up, both teams battling for the puck. Now here's Chicago taking the puck along the near side boards once more, moving it through the neutral zone. Finding some separation. Pass across the middle, broken up by the defense, off the side of the net. And the Sioux Greyhounds take it back through neutral ice. Here's a chance for number 8, Kuznetsky. Broken up by Chicago. They move it back out of their own zone. Stopped at the blue line by the Greyhounds, and now trickles out into the neutral zone. Greyhounds collect. Set up a play, broken up by the Chicago Mission.
Oh,
big shot off the shoulder, and the goalie collects. Good move by DeSano to recover and block the rebound from going in.
That was a great save.
And now here's Keys coming back in. A wrist shot off the chest protector.
DeSano's got to be careful. He's leaving some big rebounds. Better hope Chicago doesn't take advantage of that.
Here's Davis battling along the near side boards. Leaves it for Keys. Keys can't keep it in, and it trickles through the neutral zone back down into the Chicago end. Greyhounds take advantage. They send a line change into the offensive zone, but Chicago plays it all the way back down. There's Burnside, moving the puck back to the blue line. Kept in by Mateo. Now puck along the near side boards. Davis tried to play it in. Stolen by Kuznetsky. Here's Fellinger. Bounced off the puck, collects it once more, and lays it off to his teammate Corrigal. Now down ice. No icing called by the referee. And Chicago has the puck behind its own net.
Nice outlet pass there. Oh, and he loses.
That's Silich losing his footing, and the Greyhounds take the puck back once more. Puck chipped out of the zone. Chicago collects. And the Greyhounds have to play it back behind their own net to reset. Now along the near side boards. Laid back in. Greyhounds having trouble moving it out of the defensive zone here. Collision there between Simon and Kovacs. But the Greyhounds managed to recover and move it back. That's number 2, Thomas Irwin, playing it up through middle center ice. He chips it into the far corner. Now here's Chicago, swinging it back along to the far side boards. Stopped by the Greyhounds. They try to lay it on net, and it is stopped and covered by Jaden 2. First time we've called Jaden 2's number today.
Between periods, I'm going to run 2 after. So if you guys from ice as soon as that period ends.
Face off coming to the left of 2. Sent back to the blue line, wrist shot, knocked wide by the defense. Now puck through center ice. Here comes Chicago. It's Ravelli, lost it behind the net. Ravelli collects it once more, now along the far side boards. Greyhounds poke it away, and they manage to move it out of the defensive zone. Cross-ice pass goes to the far boards. That was Pisnitsky. Now he's back to the net. Back into the boards. There's Chicago moving it into the offensive zone. Paddled away by DeSano. There's the Greyhounds moving it through neutral ice once again. Shots on and up high at the net. Chicago takes it behind their own net. Here they come back across the blue line through neutral ice now. Davis leaves it for his teammate. Shots on and stopped, held, but not covered. Greyhounds battling for the puck in the near corner. Now pops out. Kaspar leaves it for his defenseman, and it's tipped up into the protective.
It's really hard to get past, and the Greyhounds, just like every other team, has not been able to get a lot of pressure, so we'll see if they can do it here.
Draw taken now behind the net. Greyhounds have it. Chicago taking possession once again. Another steal by the defense. They play it up along the near side boards. There's number 2, Thomas Irwin, leaving it for his teammate. And it's taken back by Chicago. That's number 88, Aiden Kennedy. Sent in, and it's on Jaden 2 with a good stop and a cover.
Yeah, that was a really good look. He had to be paying attention on that one. He hasn't seen a lot of action so far, but that was a great save.
Face off coming to the right here. Matthew Greuters takes it, and it's into the corner, but Chicago has it once again behind their own net. Out of the zone now through neutral ice. Stopped and moved back in. Now back into the offensive zone. Shots on, blocked away. And puck's moved all the way around. D-to-D pass here. And the wrist shot's on, and it just goes off the side of the net. Greyhounds trying to move the puck out. Delayed penalty coming on here. And an interference call. This one going against the Chicago Mission. So the Sioux Greyhounds will actually have an opportunity here for 2 minutes on the power play.
This is a great opportunity for the Greyhounds. Being down 2-0, there's just a little over 5 minutes left to play here in the first period. This is a great opportunity for them to cut the lead in half.
Face off coming in the neutral zone. Taken by the Greyhounds. There's number 12, Kovacs. Sends it up the boards. Sent across ice to Rotaccio. Down along the baseline. The Greyhounds have it now behind Chicago's net. Laid out along the far boards. And the Greyhounds have to collect it and reset in the neutral zone. Lay it back to their own blue line now. Sent up along the near side boards, but the Chicago defense closes quickly. Laid in, DeSano has to handle the puck. Leaves it for his teammate there, Jack Mattier. Now here's Mattier. Stolen by Chicago, and they lay it all the way down the ice. Greyhounds are going to use this opportunity for an offensive line change. And here comes Mattier once more. He lays it in and he heads for the bench. Here's the Greyhounds playing it back to their own blue line now along the far side boards. Shot in, blocked by Chicago. Chicago back all the way down the ice.
Greyhounds just haven't been able to get anything set up so far on this power play. They only got 20 seconds left.
Here's Ivic. Ivic to Greuters. Greuters Lobs an easy shot in, handled by 2. Only 10 seconds left on the power play now. Now here's Ivic. Ivic nearly played it into his own bench there as we return to even strength. Chicago defense playing in front of their net, now along the near side boards. Stoppage of play here. And now we'll see face-off coming at center ice. There's a high stick call there. Not of the penalized variety. Oh, excuse me, that was actually a penalty. And now the Chicago Mission is on the power play for 2 minutes here.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the Greyhounds. They're already down 2-0. Now they put another guy in the box. They're going to have to work real hard to kill this off.
Now here's Chicago collecting it in their own zone. They move it through neutral ice. Chicago now collecting it in the neutral zone once more. Setting up and moving it over the blue line. Wrist shots on off the side of the net. Now played out in front. Taken and cleared by Colby Fellinger. Line change now for the short-handed Sioux Greyhounds. And here comes Chicago up along the near side boards. This is Sagunik. Chicago moving it along their own blue line, keeping it in. Spence. And now the Greyhounds take it. With Corrigal. Excuse me, Mathieu. Chicago taking it once again here. Laying it back to the blue line. Greyhounds chip it out of the zone now. Chicago's going to have to reset in the neutral zone. Taken back in here by Pfister. He plays it off the end boards. And here's Mathieu laying it up to Rowe. Good move there by Ravelli. Nearly got a shot on net. Puck's trapped along the side here. Played behind the net now by Chicago. Up the far side boards. Here's Motu. Now the Greyhounds collect once more. Move it up along the near side boards. And that's the end of the first period.
What's happening, players? TGIF, am I right?
Casual Fridays can be awkward. Shopping with Total Hockey is not. Visit us in store, find us online, or download the app. It's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
Happy hour after work, anyone?
Fitting in with routines can be difficult. Shopping with Total Hockey is not. Visit us in stores, find us online, or download the app. It's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
I look so good.
No, you don't.
Totally on fleek.
I don't know what that means.
Welcome back. Second period action about to start here in a matter of moments.
And I gotta say, right there at the end of the first period, the Greyhounds had an excellent penalty kill. They were really able to disrupt the puck movement that Chicago has just been excelling at all game. And the Greyhounds really did a good job of killing that penalty and making sure that they didn't get deeper into the hole.
We're going to have goaltending changes for both teams here. Now in for the Chicago Mission, number 1, Marino Ramirez. And in for the Sioux Greyhounds, number 1, Josh Lidstone. Reuters taking the face-off here for the Greyhounds, but won by number 22, Davis Brunside of the Chicago Mission. They play it up along the near side boards. Now sent back behind the net. Greyhounds chip it along the near side boards. Burnside once again, leaving it for Keys. Keys off the boards. Burnside lays it in deep for number 44, Kaspar. Kaspar to Keys. And it's taken away by the defense here. This is number 2, Irwin, moving it up along the far side boards. Using the long strides to outmove the defenders, and now lays it along the near side boards, goes for the line change. Chicago moving it along inside the neutral zone, but taken by number 9, Davis. And he moves it back in here now. Poke checked away by the Greyhounds. They move it back out of the zone. Stolen back by Siegel. He lays it in for his teammate. Pass across the middle, taken by the Greyhounds. Here's number 6, Ritacho. Try to move, but taken by the Chicago Mission. They now battling in the corner for it. Moved along the near side boards. Mission playing it behind their own net. Now out over the blue line. Cross-ice pass right through the crease, but blocked away by the Greyhound defense. Shot in and scooped away by Ivic. There's a slap shot on, just wide of the net.
Then real quickly, we would just like to thank you for anyone watching the live stream on Goalmaster 28. This game is being brought to you free by Total Hockey, so we would like to thank them for providing this game on the first day of the tournament. Just had to toss that in there for you guys.
And the shot's on, goes off the chest protector after a deflection by the defense. Here's the Greyhounds. Confusion among the defenders as to who's going to play it out. Finally out of the zone, and Chicago can't chip it back in. Sent all the way down on net, so no icing as the Greyhounds make a change here. 22 minutes left in this second period. Rolling clock as we go along. Here come the Greyhounds now, playing it behind the Chicago net. Defense collects. And the Chicago D taking it up along the far side boards once more. Number 17, Rowe, with the forecheck, but taken back by the Chicago Mission. Now Chicago chips it into the Greyhound zone once again. Rivelli. Played back in by his defenseman, number 18, Dahl. And now pass in front and the shot off the side of the net. That was number 76, Spence, with a quick wrist shot that goes off the side. Number 17 there, Nathan Rowe of the Greyhounds, can't corral the puck, so it goes all the way down, and they're going to have to make a line change.
Not a lot of whistles so far in this period. A lot of up and down action.
There's Chicago, poke checked away by the Greyhounds. So far in this game, 3 penalties, 2 called against the Greyhounds, 1 against the Mission. Now here's Siegel laying it in. It's poke checked away by the defense, and it's deflected up into the netting.
Of course, just as soon as I say there haven't been a lot of whistles, puck goes straight up into the air and out of play.
Funny how that works sometimes. Both teams taking this advantage for a line change.
And once again, this game is coming to you free from Total Hockey. Of course, if you are watching this right now, you are on Goal Master 28 Productions website, and we would like to thank you for tuning in.
Here's the Chicago Mission playing it along their own blue line, now up through the neutral ice, taken by number 4, Bose of the Sioux Greyhounds. Now here's Chicago, weaving it through the neutral zone. Matou looking for a shot, and it's poked away by the defense. Number 13, Colby Fellinger, tries to play it out, but it's kept in by number 4, Gunnar Williams. Puck right in front of the net there, poked away by the Greyhound D. They move it through the neutral zone, now out along, and they just get it into the offensive zone before Chicago takes advantage once more. Back through the neutral zone, now back into the Greyhound zone. Wrist shots on, and that's Josh Lidstone making a save and the hold.
And Chicago just continually, with their stifling puck control, there's just not a lot the Greyhounds have been able to muster as far as offense. It's been all Chicago so far this game, with a little bit over 6 minutes gone in the second period.
Face-off coming to Lidstone's left here. And that's number 7, Ivic, playing it behind his own net. Number 9, Ethan Esposito now tangling up along the boards with the attackers for Chicago Mission. Shot blocked by the defense. Now here's number 7, Ivic, back along the boards. That's number 10, Greuters, playing it out to his attackers as they weave their way through the neutral zone. Wrist shots on and held with a diving stop by Ramirez. That was Esposito with the quick wrist shot, Ramirez with the save.
Yeah, showed a little flashes of Phil there, sharing the same name, that Esposito.
Face-off's down, taken by Chicago. They play it behind their own net. Now here's Keys. Moving it along the near side boards. Chicago into the attacking zone once again. Good play by the defense. Keep this puck along the near side boards. There's Rowe. Tried to play it up to Retacho. And puck taken here. Wrist shots on. Deflected away with the pads by Ramirez. Puck along the near side boards now. Greyhounds have it. It's number 6, Retacho, with the good move, but poke check by the defense. He regains possession. There's a wrist shot on. Ramirez dives for it. Huge pile up in front of the net, and we get the whistle.
The end of that play kind of looked almost like rugby on ice there with there's just bodies flying everywhere. It was bedlam.
Both teams take the advantage of stop to play for line changes. And with fresh legs, we're going to have a face-off to the left of Ramirez. Puck laid out through the neutral zone. Greyhound defense slows the attack a little bit, and they're able to play it back to the far side boards. Now the puck's trapped along the baseline. Squirts out, but it's taken back. Here's a wrist shot on, and it's deflected just wide. That was number 4, Gunnar Williams, with the shot. Too many bodies in front of the net there. Shot goes up. Williams keeping it in. Oh, there's a huge pad save. Good stretch by Lidstone as he flashes the left pad.
Yeah, he really had to stretch out to make that save. He was sliding to his right. Puck was coming at him from the left. But he got that pad out and made the stop with his toe. That was a great save.
Lidstone showing that all the stretching is worth it as he keeps it a 2-0 game with 15:39 left in this second period. Now here's Esposito moving it down ice, charging forward, but bumped off the puck by number 88, Aiden Kennedy. Ramirez went down to the ice and had to recover there as the puck's along the near side boards. Greyhounds play it in. Ramirez pokes it wide. And it's a foot race here. Taken by the Chicago Mission. Tried to poke it in along the side, but knocked away. Now here's Pazitsky. It is going to be an offside call against the Greyhounds.
Yeah, we got a lot of celebrities here today. Obviously, the Hanson brothers, they dropped the puck earlier. Saw Jamal Mayers walking around just a few minutes ago. Longtime St. Louis Blues tough guy. Won a Stanley Cup with the Chicago Blackhawks in 2010. Gonna have Roenick and Chelios also here later.
Today's broadcast brought to you free by Total Hockey here on Goalmaster 28. Now here, Chicago Mission playing it through the neutral zone. As Siegel trying to get the puck back. There's Griswold leaving it for his teammate, and the puck deflects up. That was Silic, who tried to take the shot, deflected by the defense of the Sioux Greyhounds. 13:48 left here in the second period.
Yeah, the Greyhounds are really starting to run out of time. I mean, they definitely still have a chance, but that clock is not on their side right now.
Won by the Greyhounds, now laid behind the net. Now out along the far side boards, over the blue lines. Chicago's resets here. They play it back in the zone right away. This is going to be an offsides call against Chicago. Comes back out of the zone. The puck's trapped here off the face-off in between a couple skates.
Got to move it, boys.
Finally squirts out here, and we have the puck taken by the Greyhounds into the offensive zone. Now taken back by the Chicago Mission defense. They play it along the blue lines into the neutral ice. Flipped up and in. Puck bounces in behind the Greyhound net. Taken here by number 13, Fellinger. Leaves it for his teammate, who plays it along the near side boards. This is number 11, Simon. Simon now. Trapped and taken away by 81. That's Griswold. And here's Griswold for the Mission. Plays it across.
Nice
Good cross-ice pass. So Silic there, couldn't handle it. And now it's along the near side boards. Played off some skates, but taken here by Motu. Motu now playing it behind the net. Fighting off the whole defense by himself. Still managing to keep the puck. This is Motu. This entire team has changed without him. And now it's Siegel playing it behind the net. More dominant stick play by the Chicago Mission. Greyhounds take the puck now, played behind their net. And taken back by the Mission. Slap shot goes on, easily saved and held by Lidstone.
Yeah, that clock still just ticks on down. Now, in this game, instead of having 3 periods, 20 minutes apiece, we have 2 halves of 25 minutes, and the clock does not stop, so the Greyhounds definitely have to keep that in mind.
Puck kept in here by the Mission. Mission still with a 2-0 lead. Just under 11 minutes left to play here. There's a shot on and score! That was number 17, Colby Sagunik, with a quick wrister over the shoulder of Josh Lidstone.
Yeah, that was a great look to turn around right around the circle and cut straight to the slot, and he ripped that thing right up top. That was a great shot.
Sagunik managed to cut through traffic there and net the third goal of the night. 3-0 lead now for the Chicago Mission. Here's the face-off, goes back into the Chicago Mission zone. Here's Seganik again with the puck. Moving it along the far side boards. Back to his defenseman. D-to-D pass. Shots on again, and it's in! This is number 27, Tyler Pfister.
There's that quick strike offense that we've been seeing all day from Chicago teams of every level so far, where they have just been able to score in bunches and just really put a stranglehold on the games to really put their opponents away.
That was Pfister with some help from Ravelli and Seganik again as they provided a screen on Josh Lidstone. He just couldn't see that puck and it went right through his legs. And Seganik did get a piece of that, so he gets credit for 2 goals in a row. And it's 4-0 now for the Mission. And nearly 5-0 there as number 22, Davis Burnside, had a chance, but it was broken up with a good poke check by Jack Mathieu of the Greyhounds. Today's game brought to you for free by Total Hockey. Just under 9 minutes left here in the second period. Chicago Mission 4-0 lead over the Greyhounds. There's a shot, goes off the end boards. The Greyhounds keeping the puck in the offensive zone here, but Chicago now moving it out of their own zone. Over the blue line. This will be taken by number 16, Mathieu, as he leaves it for his teammate to play out of the zone. There's Keys to Davis. Davis lays it in. Mathieu once more. Gonna play it to number 9, Esposito. But it's sent back in, and it's on and covered. That's Lidstone stopping the shot by Aiden Kennedy.
Yeah, with 8 minutes left in this game, the idea of getting back into it is that window is getting smaller and smaller for the Dogs here.
Number 89, Siegel, waiting to take the face-off against number 10, Greuters. Greuters wins it, sends it back to his teammate, who plays it behind the net. And now it's out along the near side boards. Greyhounds bouncing it out wide to the far boards. Neutral ice now, battle for the puck. Coming out to neutral ice once more. It's stopped and held by Lidstone. 7 minutes left here in the second half. Here's a face-off coming to the left of the goaltender. Puck comes back out. Shots wide and bounced out by the Greyhounds. No, Chicago manages to keep it in. There's a shot on and it's saved by Lidstone. There's Seganik moving it back in. Back out to Seganik. There's another shot, another save by Lidstone. Another shot and Lidstone getting the blocker on it. Can't manage to cover. There's another shot, goes just wide. That was number 22, number 27, Pfister, with a heavy slap shot. Seganik can't play it out in front. Instead plays it all the way around to his defenseman. D-to-D pass. Here's Pfister once more. Wrist shot on. Deflection, save. Lidstone covers and holds.
Man, these Chicago players are just all over the puck. That was yet another series where it seemed like no matter where the puck was, it ended up on a Chicago player's stick. And once again, just in the span of, just about a minute, generated 3 or 4 really quality scoring chances. And we have been seeing this all day from Chicago, and the Greyhounds just have not had an answer for it so far.
5.5 minutes left here. We'd like to thank Total Hockey for bringing this presentation free of charge. Oh, and it's a roofed shot that bounces off the crossbar and in. The Greyhounds are on the board with 1 goal.
That was an absolutely impressive play. Made a move on the defender in the neutral zone, came right in and clanked it right off the crossbar.
That looks like number 10, Matthew Greuters. Excuse me, that's actually number 12, Jake Kovacs, with the high wrist shot that goes over the glove of Marino Ramirez. First goal against the Chicago Mission we've seen today through 3 games. Now Davis takes the puck, plays it back to his defenseman. Back to Davis. D-to-D pass. Here's Keys. Stopped there by the defense. Keys playing it back. There's a wrist shot on. That was Canady. So that was Dahl along the defensive line, and now it's along the far side boards. Is Burnside tangled up, and now is Mathieu playing it out. Mathieu through center ice. Trying to weave it through the defense. Playing it on, and it's stopped and held. Ramirez manages to cover up, and his defense smothers the offensive attackers.
Yeah, the Greyhounds definitely could have used a little bit more of this offense earlier in the game. Had a couple of really good chances here in the waning minutes here of the second period of this game.
Puck dropped. Taken here by Chicago. They play it behind their own net. Greyhounds applying the forecheck pressure a little more now that they have a goal under their belt. But Chicago manages to break out through the neutral zone. Now all the way into the offensive end is Silic. Now taken by Pisnitsky. And it's taken once again by Chicago. They lay it off the glass and manage to play it out over the blue line. It is going to be an offensive zone offsides call against the Chicago Mission. 2:20 left here in the second half. Today's game brought to you for free by Total Hockey.
Hey, what do you think the chances are that the broadcast team gets some free popcorn? 'Cause that smell is punching me right in the face right now.
It is wafting up into our broadcast booth very deliciously. We have several more games to present here today, all on GM28.com, courtesy of Total Hockey, of course. There's a wraparound, and it finds the back of the net. That was number 3, Dominic Ravelli, and he just picked up the puck behind the net. Josh Lidstone tried to get a handle on it, but couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, it was a broken play. Loses control of the puck and his stick from behind the net, and Chicago, from what we've seen today, Chicago is too good to not put that in the back of the net. Can't make mistakes like that against Chicago. I know it's late in the game, but you don't want to turn the puck over behind your own net like that.
And 5-1, the Mission regain their 4-goal advantage, and they win the face-off, playing it back into their defensive zone. Shots on, Lidstone, this side's to cover. He had Saganik bearing down on him quickly. 1 minute left to play here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think at this point, with 48 seconds of counting left on the clock, both teams are pretty much content just to kind of let this thing wind down. Both teams taking their sweet time getting to the face-off circle.
Good blocker save there by Lidstone as we wind down to 35 seconds left in the second half. Poked away. Now here's one more cross-ice pass, and the attackers nearly buried the puck once more. We'd like to thank Total Hockey once more for bringing you this game free of charge on GM28.com. 10 seconds left here. 5-1 the score. Chicago Mission over the Sioux Greyhounds. Final whistle coming in moments here. Thank you for watching. This has been GM28.
I was like, Paul, spare me the lecture. I mean, you know that Pam from processing is still mad at him?
Peter from publishing can be annoying. Shopping with Total Hockey is not. Visit us in store, find us online, or download the app. It's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
You should have seen the look on his face. It was hilarious.
Hey guys, what's so funny?
Oh, hey, Paul. Nothing?
Smooth.